Hi, welcome to Outer City Limits, the webcomic that's made from user suggested suggestions. Today we got a simple how-to video, and we're gonna use one of our comments. As you can see, we got a wide selection of really positive, really great comments from all my readers, and so thankful for all of these. And you know, that's exactly why I'm going to use this stray comment that Kumada made 3 years ago. So we're going to start first. The first thing to do when you're making a comic is to write it. Okay, first you put on letters. You're like, you know, Kumada, he likes feeling time dilation and touching his own skin and seeing his skin and seeing his own eyes. Maybe in a mirror. Maybe he can see one of his eyes from his other eyes. I don't know what Kamada's like, you know. If he can, good for him. So let's just think about the first thing that we think of when you think about seeing my skin. I would think like, hello, seeing my skin. That's why I wear clothes. To prevent people from seeing my skin. Yeah, that seems reasonable. I'm sorry. Let's see, that's a good response. You know, when somebody is upset, you should apologize to them, even if you haven't done anything wrong. I find it works for me to just apologize for anything and everything that you do. Yeah, see, that's a reasonable guess. If somebody's sensitive, they need to just use a special soap. Cured my anxiety, just using a soap that makes me not feel as much. I lied about the soap. Even in the comic, I'm gonna tell you that it doesn't really exist, and that was a lie that I told. I told you a lie to hope. I hope that it would increase my views on YouTube, but it was a lie. I apologize. Wait, no, I don't want to get rid of that. Yeah, there we go. This is a setup for what I'm going to call a visual gag. And when I draw this, the guy, he's going to be wearing what is clearly a bodysuit. So that's how you make people laugh. Okay, first, the size of our pen. This music is from Super Adventure Island, by the way. Totally underrated soundtrack. Days of Yore. I hope that I don't get copyright struck. When you're designing your characters, you want to add as many teeth as possible, really. Have a nice little nose on here. I mean, I could do this all day, you know. I just don't, I don't know what people want. I don't know how to help people entertained. Oh, it's good. I've definitely drawn a person like this before. Like, you don't need to be super tight about closing up your gaps, GIMP, and I'll show you why I've discovered an amazing new technique for coloring my comics. Help you save time too if you use the GIMP like I do because you're incapable of learning new tools. Whenever somebody does that and they click on the webcomic subreddit, they want to see a picture of somebody wearing a corpse, somebody else's corpse as a skin. This is what they want. I know, that's what I draw. Okay, I lied again. I don't actually know what people want, just like I said earlier. Sorry. I'm so nervous. Even for these little videos, it just takes, I'm not relaxed, you know? It makes me feel so nervous to record these, you know, to get out in front of people. This is what they call streaming. Maybe I should stream. Maybe I should just be streaming all the time. You know? People would donate to my stream to, I don't really watch Twitch, you know, people, what do they donate for? It gives them special powers in the chat or something? Is that what it's about, or is it about supporting the streamer? Is it about just paying money so that you can force people to listen to you briefly on a Twitch chat? A Twitch chat stream? Is that what it's about? I don't know. I don't understand these youngsters. So old. I'm 34. Alright, that's looking good. Front exit sign back here. Like a little door. That way people will know that it's like a little... The scene takes place inside of a building. It's important context for the reader. You should trust me. I know how to make a comic. I mean, you're watching my how-to video, right? I feel it would just be a lie to say that this is a how-to video, wouldn't it? Just a total, complete lie. Alright. I want it to be like their hair is coming through the eye holes of the skin suit that they're wearing. I mean, really, what? The consequences for failing to make an entertaining YouTube video are basically nothing, right? You know, I could just make... I don't know why I'm so nervous about it. I guess the idea is that I'm afraid in my mind that it's going to train people to think that the content is boring and not watch it out of habit, because they're going to see it. Even if, you know, I end up making something that's good, they'll be like, well, I've seen this guy's work before, so I'm not going to look at it. Bad. I guess there is a failure. There is a cost of failure to make a video, right? Or is there? Not like YouTube recommends people's years-old content, right? Is it really important for me to become a YouTuber? I feel like it might not actually, and that I'm worried for no reason. It would be nice to have some income, but it would really make me feel good, I guess. Because I've grown up in a system that has taught me that my work isn't really worth anything unless people are paying money for it. Even though people have told me, and it's been demonstrated many times over, that that's not actually true, and that's not actually what determines its worth. And that it, like that people read my comic and they think it's funny and they leave a comment and they know what's going to happen to the comment. I'm going to transcribe it perfectly and use it in the comic. And you know, it's just a fun time for everybody, and I'm just so worked up about it. What a crazy world we live in, where that has to make me feel bad. You know, why can't I be stoic? You know, stoicism. You can't make me feel anything. I wish it worked that way. That's not... That's like an idealized person. Actually, it might not even... If we were all stoics, I don't think society would be much better, because... would be acting just as selfishly, right? Into the guessing hour. I guess things about society. That doesn't really look like Jim, does it? I mean, the whole point of a stream, what makes it popular is that it's happening live and the person recording responds to the question to the streamer. This is just like the part of the stream, you know, it's missing a dynamic, the most dynamic, interesting part of streaming. This is just a recording of me drawing a comic. I'm trying to go fast. You may have noticed. But that's fine. He needs a haircut. Does Jim look way bigger than this guy? That's okay. People are different heights. It's fine. I really if this is what I'm gonna do, I need to be streaming. I've realized a little of this. That's what makes streaming good. That people can talk to the author or the player or whatever while it's happening. That's the whole point. That's the appeal. And I'm not doing that. I mean, bless you if you've made it this far. Now this joke isn't funny. You're not wearing a bodysuit? I need about 12 more panels to make that funny. You know how it is. You know, a really long-winded explanation of what's going on here. Anyway, what you do is you just bang this thing. That's my advice to you for drawing comics. Just bang it out. Just get it the heck out there. Maybe there's something I can do with this guy's facial expression that will save this joke. Maybe it's a girl, I don't know. You can't really see a lot of their face. It's a cartoon face. Already established that he's shorter than Jim. So I should draw him down here. Then it leaves all this empty space. You know, that's never bothered me before, if you've read my comics. Balancing the image? I don't have time for that. I don't even know how to stream on YouTube. I mean, I've done it before, but I haven't been able to figure out how to see what people are saying in the chat. Like, it's so confusing. I have a Twitch account. I should use that. I mean, I'm using OBS to record right now. It's not like I can't figure it out. You know, when you're drawing, you want to add a bunch of lines that makes it look like you know what you're doing. It just doesn't matter if that's true or not. You ever notice when you're drawing, you go back and you look at drawings that you thought you drew really good a couple of years ago, and it turns out that they're bad or bad drawings, and you're like, wow, I was really proud of that at the time. Turns out, not so good. I get this feeling I'm going to look back on this one and be like, I feel pretty confident in some of these, except for this gym. I don't like this gym. This is bad. I don't have time to correct it though. That's just the way it goes. This isn't... It's not pure. It wouldn't be pure to go back and correct it. I'm so... It's about keeping the authenticity of the art. This is authentic. I care about the authenticity of this, and that's why I'm going to use a computer algorithm to color the comic for me so that I don't have to do it. It's this plugin for GIMP called GMIC, which stands for something something magic, image magic. Anyway, great guys. It's good that they programmed this. That's free for me. Oh god, I don't want to use that color picker. Look, you can just sort of... It's got this thing you have to... The layers... What you do is you just paint in the colors that you want in whatever lines, enclosed lines. It doesn't even have to be fully enclosed because it's smart enough to figure out the gaps, right? You just have to sort of color them in Oh, I don't want it to be a green shirt or something, not blue. And then it just fills it in, you know. Krita has something that's very similar to this, or it uses, you know, the exact same technology, I think. But I've said in my Twitter feed, I really don't care for Krita's text tools because it makes it slightly slower to put text down on the page, which you can see that I do very quickly and without much thought. And as mentioned before, I like to keep things really authentic. So anyway, the general idea is you just color in, swatch it, go all over the place. Just let your imagination flow, like a Bob Ross style entity that knows no peace and eats the flesh of the living. And color in this guy's little eyebrows. Like, yeah, man, that's what color his eyebrows are. It's the same color as his hair. It's not the case always. You know, you shouldn't judge people for whom that's not true. Ink in here. You know, that's not all. It can actually come up with its own colors, right? There's gotta be hair colored in there. It's like this, but his skin tone, he's going to have a little bit more red. He's going to have a flush face because he's alive. He's not... The skin suit that he's wearing, that's a dead guy. So skin should be light. Now let's put some white in there for his eyes. Gym 2. Bag. I'm just going to color those teeth by hand, I think. I don't even want to mess with it. Jim is a little bit paler guy. Our guest of honor. You know, I mean, I say that it's automatic, but you got to go back and do a few touch-ups or whatever if you're as sloppy as I am. And I am sloppy. I mean, I'm at least as sloppy as I am. You just slather on this paint. You don't gotta care too much. That's what makes this great. Really perfect. And it's gonna mess up a little bit. Going to be a little bit messed. And we'll just add in some lame background color, like nice neutral color. This maybe a little bit lighter. To differentiate the characters from the rest of the thing. Latherins for the word balloons. This right now, to make this work, duplicate the gutters and the line art, hide the originals, merge them into one. do GMIC QT once you've installed that. It's kind of complicated, actually. Or actually, it's not complicated at all, but I messed it up a couple of times by downloading the wrong version. Diff and above, because the color spots are above, and the layer does need to be named color spots or else it won't work. That's actually the complicated part that messed me up. Alright. And there's some issues here. It's coloring that in brown, but that's okay. We can fix that. Just go ahead and dump that in there, because why not? Okay, that's done. So you'll see that the color spots are still on there. Take those off. I forgot to add a color for Jim's work shirt. Luckily, I can do that quickly. Not as quick as a computer program. This is what I'm talking about when you're gonna have to go and do some you know, you just forget to do stuff. Okay. It's actually really okay to make mistakes like this. I do it all the time. I pretty much can't do anything without messing it up at least once, even if I've done it hundreds of thousands of times before. That's life, man. And lady. And non-binary. Not in like a jokey, offensive way. Like, you know, I'm binary. I respect that. I don't want to be a man or a woman. I get it. Sucks. Not the best. Oh, did I guess it's not like these people are basing their gender identity on whether it's good or bad to be a man or a woman. How they feel. Touch-ups. Getting political. Right? It's talking about anything out of the ordinary is political. It's not that hard to draw a comic. You can get it done fairly soon. Just gotta go fast and be willing to make mistakes. I didn't say the comic would be good. I mean, come on. What did you want? You wanted a funny comic? I can't say I didn't try. Like, what about some shading? Yeah, why not? I can do that too. Get a sort of a washed out blue color. Throw some shadows on here. Look, it doesn't even have to make sense. You just put them wherever you want. Like in the underarm, back of this guy's shirt. Under the chin. Eye. And I'll just put on green merge. Why not? Fast. Fast. It doesn't have to look perfect. That is my main point with this tutorial. You know, it doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, maybe it does if you want to like make money or whatever, but clearly I'm not doing that. If I were doing this as a job for somebody, I'd definitely take more time to do this. This is a tutorial about being fast, though. Turn down the opacity on this a little extreme. Okay, now this other thing. Look. This line art. I really love this effect. I mean, the comic's pretty much done. This is just for fun. You go into GMIC, you just tell it to make it generate its own colors, right? The active layer. I just love the palette that it makes. You can give it saturations and stuff. Colors different intensities. I want the maximum intensity. You does not need to depend on region size, and you just make a whole new thing, right? You just tell it to make whatever colors it wants. Look how cool this looks. This is great. It's a better job than I did coloring, honestly. Check this out. I can just do this, set on grain merge, drop the opacity, get some pretty cool effects by using different blending modes. I can't remember what the good one I used was. Merge? That's pretty much the same as normal, right? I don't know. Color expert. Tell me what. I don't know. I just love the way it looks. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's bad. I didn't say a bad word. You know, you can't say bad words on YouTube. Nobody would ever do such a thing. Let me just crop this out. And we'll just, you know, throw my URL on here. And you're done, you know. That's great. Perfect. Alright. Here's the comic. I feel like time is accelerating. I can see my skin. I can see my eyes. Thanks, Kamada. Oh no, you've seen my skin. That's why people wear clothes. To prevent people from seeing my skin. I'm sorry. I didn't know you were sensitive about your skin. Maybe you should have Maybe you have sensitive skin and should use a special soap? I'm sorry, no such soap exists. One thing you could do for me, though, is use your fingers to block out parts of my skin that are showing. Or, alternatively, I could remove your skin and wear it like a bodysuit. I mean, you're not currently wearing a bodysuit? I don't know, something about this. I don't know. I don't like the way you smell. Please leave. Yeah, that might be funnier. Bad news for horse lovers, though. Sorry, horse lovers. You love this loop yet? Music? I love it. I could listen to this song literally for hours. And I've been playing it in real time while recording this. It's not like I edited this in after the fact. This is what I really listen to. You know, basically just like the same song on loop for any minutes or hours at a time. You know, if I do more of these, it's going to be more of the same. Maybe I'll set something up so that it changes every once in a while. Maybe if I could do a stream. No, that's pretty popular to do on stream, I believe, just use old video game music. Listen, I'm going to tell you right now, I've been doing that for years. Way before it was popular. Okay, I think that's a little bit funnier, so thanks for sticking around. Like and subscribe. All that good stuff. Thanks, bye.